name's Paige, I'm a TEFL teacher and I travel. I live here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and this week I am starting IELTS training. IELTS is an English language test. IELTS, it stands for International English Language Test System, and basically it's like the big one in a lot of places. Like you would send in an IELTS score for a university application or a job application where English was required. The students tend to be older, a bit more serious. Yeah, I'm being trained to do it. So yeah, it requires a little extra training, a little special training. So if you want to learn more about IELTS, they have a website, IELTS.org. You can go on there and see like all the organizations they use it, like learn about the testing and all the stuff like that. So yeah, that's IELTS. So I'm taking some training through my company, and it's going to be 2 days, today and tomorrow. And so I'm just getting prepared now. We had like a pre-training task, but unfortunately I was sick most of last week and all over the weekend, so my brain was a bit fluffy. And so now I'm just working on like familiarizing myself with some of the terminology and having a look over their bands, IELTS scores by band. You can have like bands, I think 0 through 9, and so I'm learning about like the scoring system. And today we're going to be just doing like training induction and then talking about the speaking bands. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm getting prepared right now, writing down some stuff, and then I'll have a couple hours in the afternoon of IELTS training, and I'm excited, I'm ready to go. And the study mood is gentle June morning with coffee and lo-fi music. Start your day from Warm Melody on YouTube. Cute. Hello, it's the next day, so it's going to be day 2 of 2 days of IELTS workshops, and I just wanted to pop on before I get started and talk about yesterday. So yesterday I did an induction and like the speaking test workshop, and the induction was really interesting. I learned just more about IELTS in general, like academic versus general, and all the structure and stuff like that, and then IELTS courses that my company specifically offers and like what our products will be and what our classes will be like. And then we talked about the speaking test, which we just like went over all the bands, and then we watched videos of speaking tests and had to like try to place them in the right scores, and then went over why they got that score. It was good. I really liked it. It made me excited, and I am like ready for today. So I'm ready to go to the writing test and see what we're going to do today. Also, we talked about in the induction, like the first thing we got was a checklist of things that we have to continue doing. So we have these workshop hours, and then we have to do like some online self-study and quizzing and observations, and do mock testing, and just a whole checklist of stuff to do before we can get our own classes to teach. So I'll do these, and then I have some other stuff to do, and then I can be an IELTS teacher. And this is my setup, and this is where I usually teach my online courses as well. So I got my laptop, headphones to take notes, and those are all my toys and stuff for online teaching. And at the moment, my laptop is sat on top of a pink bowl from the kitchen. And there's Clark Buns. Hello, my love. So yeah, I don't actually have a desk in here. I'm just like sat up against the kitchen counter. Alright, so I'm ready for my IELTS training workshops, day 2. Alright, I just finished with all of the IELTS workshops, speaking and writing, task 1 and task 2, and yeah, let me tell you about it. So the writing one today was a lot like yesterday. We talked about like what it is, how it's structured, why they do it, and what the students are actually supposed to do in each task and why they're different. And then we went through and we did some like practice scoring and went through all the band assessments, and yeah, I liked it. It's like the speaking and the writing, trying to do the assessments for the first time. It's like a little bit nerve-wracking because you want to be good at it, but like you need to practice. So I think, you know, I did a good job, and we did it all online, so we worked in breakout rooms, and it seemed like everybody was pretty much on the same page for most of it. So it was pretty comfortable, pretty easy to understand stuff, and I'm excited to give it a try someday. Although I did work in one breakout room where it was like me and then 2 people who were actually together. Maybe they're a couple or roommates, and they were actually together in the same room, and they just kept like maybe accidentally leaving their mics off and just talking to each other and not talking to me. So other than that, it was all pretty smooth. But that was just like whatever, 10-minute breakout room, so like, that went by quick, and we figured it out as we went. So moving forward, I have this whole checklist of stuff, and they brought up the online self-study again, and I think it's through somewhere in Australia, and like he said it doesn't take too long. Like you could do it all in one day if you wanted to do it all in one day. And then I'll do classroom observations, and I don't remember what else. A list, like a checklist of things to go through before we can have a class. But basically I'll be like working with my manager and trying to get all that stuff set up in the future. So those are like my next steps. And yeah, overall it was good, and I'm excited to get started. And yeah, anyway, that's the start of my journey in the IELTS teacher training, and we'll see where it goes from here. Cool, now I need to go walk my dog and lesson plan my regular classes. So thank you for watching, have a nice day, bye.